YouTube, it's Jonathan, and today I am filming a chatty get ready with me video. You all seem to like these videos and I like to film them, so I thought I might as well incorporate a few more every so often. I am not really doing anything special with my makeup today. It's just a typical day. I have the day off from work, so I'm gonna be doing a bunch of filming. I'm gonna be running a bunch of errands. I'm gonna be getting a lot of stuff ready for Halloween. I know Halloween is actually like a long time away, but it's really not, and my costume's complicated. So that's pretty much all that I'm doing today. So this is really just gonna be me putting on my makeup. The only big, like, different thing that I'm gonna be using today is a lipstick that I've never used on camera before that I just got recently, and I'm gonna be doing the foundation tip that Tati posted the other day about adding oil to your foundation, and I'm gonna try it with the Maracuja oil and the Hope in a Jar foundation from Philosophy. So let's hope that these two work well together and get them on my face. In Tati's tip, she just said to add 1 drop of oil to your foundation. I'm gonna be using a pump of my Hope in a Jar foundation and then 1 drop, if I can open it, of my Tarte Maracuja oil. And this is already a pretty dewy foundation, so I just imagine this is gonna be super, super ultra glowy. And hopefully ultra hydrating. I'm gonna be applying this with my fingertips because I really feel like that's what's gonna make it look the best. Especially since I'm not doing anything super special and I don't need a whole heck ton of coverage. I think my fingertips are gonna be best. So it definitely sheared out my foundation a little bit, which is fine because I don't need too much coverage today. And it's feeling super smooth and like silky on the skin. It's also blending in beautifully to my skin, kind of melting in and not sitting on top like some foundations can tend to do. I skipped primer with this because I figured that it wouldn't do what it's supposed to do if you had primer on. I feel like primer would just block it from melting into your skin. So let's hope that this tip works out because I am into being glowy and I'm into being moisturized. So we're gonna cross our fingers for this one. So I really love the way that applied and the way that looks on my skin. My skin looks very natural and glowy. The foundation definitely is a little bit more sheer than it normally is, which is alright by me because my skin is behaving recently. And I think that this, if it works, is gonna be a great tip for cooler weather months coming into fall. It's fall today, which is blessed and beautiful. I'm so excited that it's fall right now because I have my plaid shirts ready to go. Next, I'm gonna be using my bareSkin concealer from bareMinerals. You've seen me use this a couple times already. I'm already obsessed with this. It's pretty new and I've just started using it, but I've used it pretty much every single day since I picked it up. And I'm just placing that in the inner corners of my eyes where I'm the darkest and just around my nose where I have a little bit of broken capillaries. And then I've got a blemish coming in right here. And I'm just gonna blend that out with my small stipple brush from e.l.f. So I'm doing a Halloween series, as I ought to do, and I want to know what you all want to see. I definitely have a few that I've already planned, but I want to do 3 or 4 different Halloween looks, one each week leading up to Halloween. Yeah, I just want to know what you want to see. Last year I did Marilyn Monroe and I did a puppet, and this year I'm doing my actual costume, which I'm not going to tell you what it is until you see it. And then I want to do like 3 or 4 more. I want to do something kind of scary, something kind of pretty and glam. Oh, hello. I want to do like 4 very different looks. So if there's anything particular that you want to see Halloween or that you're being for Halloween, you'd like to see a tutorial on, please leave that below in the comment section because I'm trying to kind of schedule out my October videos. Okay, so I'm obsessed with this skin. I like that it's not like settling into the fine lines on my forehead, which foundations tend to do. Even this foundation tends to do that. Why am I so white? I just adjusted a setting on my camera. Hopefully I'm a little bit less washed out now. But yeah, I'm just loving the way this foundation and concealer is sitting on my skin. I'm gonna move on to a couple more cream products now, starting out with my L'Oreal True Match Concealer in the shade W678. This is the darkest warm shade they do, and I'm gonna be using it as a cream bronzer. And I'm just gonna place that on the top of my cheekbones, and then kind of across my forehead, around the temple area, and a dot in the middle of my nose. And then I'm just gonna use that same small stipple brush to blend everything in. This is just gonna warm up my complexion in a very natural, creamy way without mattifying the skin. I kinda wanna keep that glow since I added that oil in. And then I'm also gonna use a cream blush in a second. Now onto the blush, I'm gonna be using my bareMinerals. Why did I hold that in front of my face? The blush that I'm using today is the Blush Balm from bareMinerals in the shade Natural Passion. This is just exactly what it sounds like, a super natural looking cream blush. It's got kind of a tawny pink color. It's not super, super bright, but it's not super, super neutral either. It just looks like a natural flush, and I'm sticking with the same stippling brush and really working that onto the apple of my cheek and upwards. I'm also sweeping the blush just very lightly through the center of my nose. I think that just adds a touch of youth and vibrancy to your complexion. I'm gonna use a tiny touch of illuminating translucent powder just in the inner corner of my eyes and around the fold of my nose, just to keep that going a little bit longer. Those places tend to move around on me concealer-wise, and I'm using a tiny, fluffy blending eyeshadow brush to do that so that I don't accidentally get it everywhere. And that is my skin on. I think the skin looks pretty much like perfect, good, dewy, natural skin, and that is exactly what I'm looking for when I'm doing my own makeup. Thanks, Tati, for posting this tip about putting oil in your foundation. I mean, it's definitely something that I've heard of before, but I'd never actually thought to do myself, and it looks really good. I'm gonna move on to my eyes now. I'm just going to curl my lashes and put a little bit of my NYX Brow Gel in Espresso on them. You've seen me do this 1.5 million times. I've been using like more actual mascara recently, but since we're keeping it super natural today, I'm moving back to the brow gel just to keep it as natural and light as possible. I don't want like super heavy lashes. And then like natural everything else. For my brows today, I'm using Le Sourcils Définis from Lancôme in the shade Medium Ash. This is my new standby. It's slightly more expensive than the Anastasia Brow Wiz, but this shade is directly in between taupe and soft brown, which is the two shades that I had been using from Anastasia. And I could never, like, taupe was just too light, soft brown was just too dark, and this color's right in the middle. And now that I have slightly darker hair, it works very, very well with everything. And I am just keeping this super natural, just like every other step of my makeup today, just really filling in gaps and kind of making everything look a little bit more perfected. I don't really want super, super ultra defined brows today. I just want natural, cute brows. And same on the other side. This brow definitely needs a little bit more love. When it comes to filling in the arch on this guy, just does not come in as cute as this one. So I just spend a little extra right here, making sure to draw in as many small hair strokes as I can to make it look like naturally growing hairs. In addition to those Halloween tutorials, are there any other tutorials that you want to see coming up? I already did that kind of autumn smoky eye, but I could definitely do a dark lip tutorial. I could definitely do some fall fashion or, you know, fall favorites and things like that. So whatever you want to see, please leave that in the comment bar below. Now onto lips. I'm going to be using 2 products on my lips. The first one is a little bit of balm. You could use any balm for this. My favorite is the YSL Volupté Sheer Candy in the shade Dewy Papaya. I'm mostly just using this for moisture and slip because I'm going to be applying a matte lipstick over top of it. And now I'm just going to press on a little bit of matte nude lipstick. This is from Maybelline. It's called 655 Daringly Nude, and it's just one of their matte collection lipsticks with a little purple smoky cap. And I love this color. It's very much my lips, but just slightly more pale and slightly more nude than my natural lip color. But it's not like a super, super ultra like fair beigey nude, but it's just very, very natural. And that is my lip. I absolutely love this color. It just looks like my lips, but slightly less pink and slightly less shiny. And with the balm under it, it doesn't really make it a glossy lip. It just keeps my lip conditioned underneath and keeps my lips from drying out. So this is what my makeup turned out like. I'm absolutely obsessed with the way everything looks. It just looks so natural, very no makeup kind of look, and I just really like that oil on the skin. It makes my skin look super glowy, but not in like a I'm producing oil kind of way, more of in I just have a natural glow kind of way. And this lip I'm still obsessed with, and my brows just look super natural and fluffy, and I just really like the way it turned out. If you like these kind of chatty get ready with me videos, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and leave those comments below about the Halloween looks and the fall looks and fall whatever that you want to see. While you're down there, go ahead and check out my new social media links. You can check me out on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, all at JonJonTalks. You can also check me out on Facebook, and you can subscribe to my channel right here by clicking on my face if you're not already subscribed. I will see you all next week. Have a good one. Bye.